All right, today we are diving into a story about a project that's pretty fascinating. It's about taking a tool that was both brilliant and, frankly, broken and turning it into something truly world-class. This is the story of the Christmas Backup Mission.
So let me ask you something. Have you ever built a piece of software, a script, anything really, that you were incredibly proud of, but you also knew deep down that it was a total mess? You know, like it was being held together by duct tape and help? Well, that's exactly where this story kicks off. At the heart of it all was this one PowerShell script, nicknamed the Master Dashboard. And on the surface, this thing was an absolute powerhouse. I mean, it was designed from the ground up to be a world-class tool. We're talking a professional, enterprise-level design, slick interactive charts, even support for complex stuff like parallel processing and memory optimization. It could spit out reports in HTML, CSV, you name it. This script was built to be the best of the best. But, yeah, there's always a but, isn't there? The promise was a world away from the reality. For all its amazing features, the script was just a tangled disaster of inline code. It was packed with security violations and, maybe worst of all, it was totally non-portable. Seriously, if you even tried to move the file to a different folder, the whole thing would just break. It was a ticking time bomb. So what do? You launch a rescue mission. And that's what happened here. A very deliberate, focused engineering effort was put together, and it got a pretty cool name to go with it, Operation Christmas Backup. And the mission had one single, crystal clear objective, pulled right from the project's to-do list: create a complete, and this is the key word, portable backup of the script in every single one of its dependencies. Making it portable was everything.
Now, this wasn't some weekend hack job. No, a super-structured, 7-phase plan was mapped out. Every single step, from the initial analysis all the way to the final validation, was meticulously planned. It just goes to show, when you have a serious problem, you need a serious, professional solution.
The real heart of the operation, though, was in phases 2 and 3, deconstructing the code. This meant someone had to go in and carefully, painstakingly untangle hundreds and hundreds of lines of CSS and JavaScript that had been hard-coded directly inside the main PowerShell script. A real mess.
The core task was simple to understand, but really tricky to pull off. Before, you had this one giant monolithic file where everything was just jammed together. The mission was to perform surgery, to extract all of that and refactor it into 3 clean, separate files. One for the script logic, one for the styles, and one for the JavaScript.
And why was this so important? Well, it comes down to something called Content Security Policy, or CSP. The best way to think of it is like a digital security guard for modern web browsers. It's there to block any code that looks sketchy or untrusted. And you know what it sees as a huge red flag? Jumbled up inline scripts and styles. So fixing this wasn't just about cleaning up, it was a critical security upgrade.
So after all that incredibly meticulous work, was it worth it? Oh yeah. The payoff was a perfect transformation that nailed the 2 big goals of the entire mission: security and portability.
Payoff number 1, full security compliance. Boom! All that risky inline code was completely gone. Everything moved to those clean external files. The result? 0 security violations. The dashboard now works perfectly and safely in all modern browsers. Check, check, and check.
And the second major victory was achieving total portability. This is huge. The new version works from any location on any machine without a single change needed. It's truly ready to be deployed anywhere. And to top it off, it now has professional documentation to make using it a breeze.
So, the final assessment? A perfect 10 out of 10. I mean, come on, how often does that happen? The mission didn't just meet the objective, it absolutely knocked it out of the park.
But achieving a perfect score, that's pretty rare. It felt like there was something else going on here, some kind of secret ingredient that took this whole project from just being done to being truly exceptional.
And sure enough, tucked away deep in the project notes, there was this strange 2-word phrase that seemed to be the key to it all. So what was this secret ingredient?
Vibe coding. I know, it sounds a little weird, right? But stick with me, because it's the real key to understanding why this project was a 10 out of 10.
See, vibe coding isn't a single feature you can add. It's that intangible quality of professional polish. It's the sum of everything. The perfect documentation, the clean design, the flawless portability, the methodical planning, it all comes together. It's what separates a project that just works from one that feels truly world-class.
And that really brings us to the final thought for today. It's not just about getting the code to run. It's about the care, the polish, the professionalism you put into your work. So the question to leave you with is this: what vibe coding could you add to transform your own most important project?